Well, today our country said goodbye to former Vice President Dick Cheney. All living vice presidents attended except the Vice President J.D. Vance. He was not invited. Cheney died on November 3rd after complications with pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. ABC's Perry Russum is at the National Cathedral in Washington.
And believeth in me shall never die.
At the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., the funeral of former Vice President Dick Cheney. Born in Lincoln, Nebraska, growing up in Wyoming, Cheney rose the ranks in Washington, from White House Chief of Staff for President Gerald Ford to five-term congressman from Wyoming, Secretary of Defense, and Vice President under George W. Bush.
I remember my dad's words when I told him what I was planning. He said, "Son, you couldn't pick a better man."
The former president remembering the man who reshaped the power of the vice presidency.
Dick was funny and easygoing in a style that his public image never caught up with. Though we can all agree he wasn't your standard issue politician.
After 9/11, the polarizing Cheney played a leading role in the war on terror and the invasion of Iraq.
We have a regime that is busy enhancing its capabilities in the field of chemical and biological agents.
No weapons of mass destruction were found in Iraq. In these last few years, he became one of the loudest Republican voices criticizing President Trump.
There has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump.
His daughter, former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, another critic of Trump, speaking during the service.
Though he was inspired to service by President Kennedy, Dick Cheney became a Republican. But he knew that bonds of party must always yield to the single bond we share as Americans.
President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance were not invited to today's funeral. All other living vice presidents were invited, including Mike Pence, Trump's first VP. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.